Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Chris,
And Tori,
and we are here in the live stream set to talk about something that just came out yesterday that a lot of people were asking in our comments on our last video, which is the Morissette double. Thank you guys so much again for your support. They were talking about a PSA, a public service announcement that came out by TOFA, which is I think the outstanding. I don't quite remember the acronym, but it's basically
the
a
Filipino
PSA,
words.
the Outstanding Filipino Awards, correct?
Yeah.
It has Easy Mill as a part of it, and it's a PSA about stop Asian hate. So that is a concept that's very near and dear to us. Myself being a Filipino American and seeing some of the prejudice growing up, and just seeing all the terrible and horrific acts that have been happening over the last couple of months, actually more than that, as a result of you know pandemic resentment,
Ignorance.
ignorance. I mean, I know that a lot of the rhetoric that was going around over the past year, with where the coronavirus kind of originated from, has brought a lot of anger towards the Asian community, regardless if they're Asian American or in different countries, and frankly, the rhetoric has to stop. And I know for us personally, it hits home. Specifically, some of these terrible things that I've seen, like the gentleman who was attacked and slashed. There was a Filipino lady outside of a church who was attacked, with the gentleman standing inside the church, just standing there and looking at her. And she was attacked by an African American who kept kicking her, saying, "You don't belong here." And all I could think personally, and I know that this is relative to a lot of people, that I just imagine that was my own mother. She is a devout Catholic, and worrying about her safety, if she were just to go out anywhere and to be kicked down like that. um, it's scary, and I hope that nobody has to deal with that, um, moving forward. And I apologize for saying so much. It's just this.
No,
This is a sensitive subject for me.
speak your truth. I mean, it needs to be out there. We need to speak. Shit has to change. I mean, bottom line, across the board, everywhere. Um, they did just come out with that signing that bill, the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's a good step forward, but it just comes down to education and racism is taught.
It is.
Bottom line. We can't just wait for these old people to die, these old racist people to die. They have created a generation just like their own. So we need to cut it off at the source.
And one thing that I saw yesterday, on Instagram, that I'll have to find, maybe share on social media, is that we're not necessarily talking about racism here. We're talking about prejudice, because racism is a system that was put in forth by the ruling powers that be. It's a system, it's a paradigm, it affects everyone. But prejudice is something that you willfully, come forward with hate and with negative energy. And that's what we want to not have happen anymore. We need to get through this situation together and united as humans, regardless of where you're from. Treat everybody with respect, treat everybody with the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. It's a very simple concept. There's no reason why we all can't get along and just be a happy, prosperous people. And hopefully,
I'm a DTD. Yeah, I definitely, I mean, coming from a very diverse group of and family,
mhm,
just all in general, even my mom's, I have dealt with my own issues, but never to the extent that that have been put upon so many others. I just can't imagine it. But I just come from the mindset of we're all just people, man. Like I'm just here, I work, I love, I breathe, I play, I have fun. Like, why can't we just all fucking do that? Like,
No, I agree.
sorry, I get really passionate and then I start cussing. Yeah, no. My dad, I mean, he was a very, very much a Puerto Rican born in Puerto Rico, um, very conservative, comes from a military background. Um, I always say that he was a white man trapped in a Puerto Rican's body, and it bothered me. It bothered me a lot. Um, but when I would start talking about, you know, me wanting to know more of my heritage on that side, he would light up and he was so proud. I think where he came from, you know, coming to America, you had to be a certain way. And unfortunately, that was just one race, you know?
Yeah.
It, you know, he had to act like he was Caucasian to get ahead. I mean, that might sound a little wrong because I am white. I am Caucasian as well. But I've just seen so many atrocities and just even in my own family,
Right.
the prejudice between one another. Um, that sucks.
It does suck.
Just sucks all around. And, you know, in high school growing up, I was the token white girl. You know, even though I'm
Even though you're
Hispanic.
half Puerto Rican.
Yeah, even though I look white, you know, that everybody would say, you're not, there's no way, you're so white. Your name's Tori. Actually, my name's Angelina. But um, I was a token white girl because all my friends were either Black or Hispanic or Asian. Really. I was the token white girl. So everybody needs to experience that. It
Yeah,
made me
it's not
who I
fun.
am. Um, these people in my life have made me who I am, and I feel like I'm a pretty cool person.
I think
So
so. I think so. Well, we could obviously go on for hours on this, so we're going to go ahead and I haven't seen this video. I know you have.
I did
For
because I've been following this stuff so closely that when
mhm.
you sent it to me, I was like, "Oh my god, I have to watch it." Yeah, we'll just have to watch. I'm curious to your reaction. It's kind of like different now because you're usually the one like that already saw it.
But we definitely want to preface this by making sure that if you haven't seen this video, I'll put a link in the description. It is a little it is graphic in terms of what you might see, just based on the experiences that happen. So just wanted to bring that forward. But I think it is necessary to show the severity, I guess, of what's going on. This is no laughing matter. That this is happening to people you know on a daily basis, and it needs to stop.
And it's been happening for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just gotten worse in the
It
last year.
needs to stop.
So when we say stop Asian hate hashtag, we mean it. Start loving Asian people. Keep loving Asian people. Absolutely, we absolutely mean it. We believe that with every ounce of our being.
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. Can you hear it?
I cannot.
Hold on. You couldn't hear it at all?
No. That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay, man. I'm really glad.
Maybe that's interesting that you can't hear it. I mean, you've already seen it. I'm guessing that
I can
when
watch
I
it.
record this,
Mm-hmm.
people can see it. Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
We all know the violent acts that have been targeted against Filipino seniors, Noel Quintana and Vilma Cari. There is no doubt that their race was their face.
When I was slashed inside the train, I cried for help but nobody helped me. So I was a victim twice. First, by the person who slashed my face, and
God, that's
secondly,
awful.
by the people who just watched me.
That's
I'm the
hard
daughter of Bill
to see.
McCary, the woman who was attacked while walking to church near Times Square
This is
simply for
that
being
woman I was
racist.
talking
I
about.
ask that we share the sense of community with one another.
I'm
Yeah,
really dismayed with all the hate crimes
I'm
that are
pretty
going
sure in
on.
most of these crimes, there have been bystanders that have done nothing.
That was the worst part. It's like these gentlemen were in a church, and
Yeah.
all they did was all they did was go forward and close the door. That made me absolutely livid. Ugh.
Right now
It's
against
insane.
Asian Americans.
When the economy is in trouble in the United States and millions of Americans are out of work, people who look different from the white majority become the scapegoats of that period.
While we know that racism against the AAPI community long predates the pandemic,
It happened in 1882 with the Chinese Exclusion Act after Chinese from China helped build the Intercontinental Railroad.
Hatred against the Asian community is hatred against humanity.
It happened in February 1942, 2 months after Pearl Harbor, when the 120,000 Japanese Americans were placed in concentration camps right here in the United States simply because they are of Japanese ancestry.
So it breaks my heart to see all of the violent crimes being committed against the Asian American people.
It happened to Filipino farmers in 1930 in Watsonville, California, when there was 5 days of race riots directed after Filipino farmers and resulting in
Sorry, I have to
several
watch on my laptop so I can hear
injured
it.
Filipinos and a Filipino farm worker shot to death.
It's just not right. And I hate the fact that now I feel afraid, not only for myself, but for my family, and especially for my children.
And now, the violence against Asian Americans in general and Filipino Americans in particular, it was initiated by the former president when he started calling this deadly pandemic Kung Flu or China virus.
我不是病毒，更不是你发泄不满与愤怒的工具，请停止一切形式的仇恨行为。
We are not a virus. Racism is a virus. We are human beings. You stop all forms of hate and violence against all people. We will no longer remain silent.
Let us not just start the conversation, let us start the motion. For hate stems from fear.
We need to report any injustices that are inflicted upon our community because no one can tell us that we are less or that we do not belong here.
We call on all Americans to speak out strongly against this rising tide of hatred and bigotry. Asian Americans have been a vital part of this nation's history, and they belong here just as much as everybody else who have come from foreign shores and call America their home.
this is our home too. We deserve to be safe in our communities as we ride the subway, walk to church, walk our dogs, take our children to the park. No matter your country of origin, your native tongue, your immigration status, your age, your gender, or your economic background, we belong here.
My mom Dilma belongs, I belong, we all belong.
It is so important for us to support each other and have each other's backs. And it's also so important for us to stand in solidarity with other communities of color as we all fight against white supremacy and systemic racism.
For long term, we have to teach our children that hate is corrosive of the spirit, that hate destroys the soul of America.
And we are not alone. Our allies stand with us in solidarity and in unity as we continue to raise our voices to keep public attention focused on stopping this scourge of hate. We must all remain vigilant and look out for each other's safety and well-being.
And I hope you'll join me in taking a stand against anti-Asian violence and prejudice.
I urge all Filipino Americans to be vigilant and to learn how to document and de-escalate hate crimes as recommended by NYPD.
Let's call on our elected officials to provide funding and resources to the Asian American community to help combat this violence and hatred.
Let's mobilize together. Stop Asian racist attack. Filipino lives matter.
And to the non-Asians watching, I implore you to do your part to stop anti-Asian hate. Stop attacks as you see them. Call out anti-Asian racism, even if there are no AAPI folks in the room.
And to our white allies, I want to inspire you to dig deeper because we need more.
Assure your AAPI friends that you will help keep them safe.
Let's all unite together and stop racism.
Let's stand up, show up, and speak up against Asian American hate.
Stop Asian American and Pacific Islander hate.
Let us all stop Asian hate crimes.
Please stop the hate.
Stop. Just stop the hate.
And no matter who are around you, the choice is always clear. Always choose love.
So in the end, the true answer is love of neighbor.
Lord Father God.
So before I play that, I just kind of wanted to talk for a second. Tor, you're on mute. I do wish that they would have kind of premised who each of these people were, because I personally am not familiar with the majority of the people that were speaking. But I think they all spoke a really good truth that we just need to be cognizant of.
Yeah. What I liked a lot about it is the history. I'm all about, the education.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny. I watch, this is silly, but I watch a lot of paranormal shows. And on one of my shows, they toured a place in Seattle, like the underground. So obviously there's a lot of Asian foreign traffic in there, especially way back in the day. And they taught a lot. They talked a lot about that culture and the racism as being Asian coming over here from day one. Yeah. So, I had no idea really. I had heard of POW camps and stuff like that, but never to that extent. So I'm glad that was in this PSA because it just, educated us more.
Right. And ultimately, I think, they keep talking about vigilance and whatnot. We just have to follow suit. We just have to make sure that, we're reporting what we see. We speak out, we say something, because honestly, it's time for this stuff to end. It's time to move on to not worrying about that. I want my kids to not have to deal with this type of stuff when they grow up. I want to be able to leave the house and feel safe.
We should not have to be discussing these things with our
We
children.
shouldn't. No, and I think that's kind of the ironic part, right? We're in the land of the free, but we can't leave without worrying about, getting struck down and beaten for, what we represent, which is something that is very, very misinformed, and just not true, in terms of, we're not viruses. Bad things happen everywhere, and we just have to stick together and know that we can overcome anything with positivity and love. We don't need all this hate and negativity in our world, because who wants to live with all that surrounding them? I know I don't.
God, it takes just so much more energy to be a douchebag than it does to just
Absolutely.
just be chill, just cool.
I know, be a good person. I mean, there's nothing
wrong. Be a good person, honestly.
It's free.
Yeah.
You see people who spend all this time, trolling behind their keyboard and just trying to put others down. I'm like, why are you so obsessed with wasting your life doing such unproductive things? Put your time and energy into productive things that help the people around you. That helps yourself in the process. So anyway, obviously let's hear what Easy has to say. He obviously has something he prepared, and I'm very excited to hear it. So let's go.
Forgive me, for I'm explained too vividly. I don't
have enough patience as it is to tell y'all how it's going down for a count with the lives lost in this amount. And now I'm a boss, I'ma make a route, going on toes, making all you shout, training you perfectly to send all the higher ups an unforgettable message, but surgically making me pick apart what they want. Cause what if it's murdering me? Cause there's an incredibly high of a chance for it to be meant that I die in a dance just cause I vent and I cry for my friends and family members. Man, try the Asian hate in front of me, I won't even speak. I'll clock you in your place a little young and you bugging. I'm never letting that agency slide unless I'm seeing you die right in front of my eyes. Now both of our families are victims now because of our pride, and what should exist that just died. Go and hurt one of my people cause I'm messing you up. Go and hurt one of my sisters, yeah, I'm messing you up. Go and hurt me and my brothers, man, we messing you up. Asian hate, yeah, we messing you up.
Looks like we have everybody who is on there. So obviously, thank you to everybody who's on this list. Obviously, these are all the people that were speaking in the video. Then thank you for your testimonies, for just being brave enough to come on and show your face and speak positive words. Obviously, to Easy Mill, props on the verse. Very simple, to the point. Just letting stuff die. Squash beef. Don't hurt others. Spend it being positive. That's what I got out of it. What do you think, Tor?
Yeah, I mean, just like I kind of said in the beginning, it's about ignorance, and I like the verse where he's like, not gonna let ignorance slide.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, this isn't going to be solved overnight, obviously. This is going to last for a while. But what are we going to do right now to not let this shit slide?
Right.
Like, people have there are consequences if you want to be like this.
I agree, and I think a lot of it goes with just visibility. Like, I think the issues at hand only go away if we let them go away. They only go away if we sweep them under the rug and pretend that they're not there. And there are a lot of people on this planet who like to live that way. They like to sweep things under. There are a lot of people who forgive, but they never forget. And maybe that's kind of the route to go. It's like you say what you need to say. You keep things visible, and you're there at the ready to help diffuse situations if you need to. And hopefully it doesn't come to violence. I certainly don't advocate for such things. I advocate for peace. I advocate for love, and for everybody to treat others with respect. And I hope that, by using this platform that we have, we can spread positive messages. And really that's kind of the long and short of it, right? That's the reason why all these people in this video, that's why Easy Mill wrote this verse. It's about creating positive roads, and just where do we go next? What should we do next?
Absolutely. And the only way that this is going to get out there more to, again, educate people is if we like and share. So,
exactly. Yeah, please like and share. You don't have to share our video. Well,
no.
Obviously the video is there. It's going to be in the video description, but let's let a lot of people see this. I mean, so far only 3,200 have seen it, and it came out 14 hours ago at the time of this recording, which is, April 27th. We want to see hundreds of thousands of people see this. So hopefully through our platform, we can do our part. Obviously, I'll get on all the socials to make sure that this message goes out, and just know that, Asian Pacific Islander violence just has to stop. Whether it be in America, whether it be in any country on this planet, it needs to stop. We need to come together, realize that we are all human beings, and that it's time to not let shit slide. It's time to speak up and do something about it. Mm-hmm. And we're going to do so in our way. We're going to do it peacefully. We're going to do it through a message, and we encourage all of you to do the same. So with that said, I do want to share a GoFundMe that is out there. Let me get that up.
Yeah, I like that this is a fund because a
Mhm.
lot of people are like, well, I don't know which organization to donate to, which is the best one, or like there is no best one, obviously, but I like stuff like that as a resource for people that they just want to, make it easy transaction so they can be a part of it, so
Mhm.
they can help. So, yeah, what is that? 5.8?
Yeah, 5.8 million has been raised to this. What I will say is, for us in terms of how we are using our platform, uh, we are actually, and we've been talking about this since the beginning. We want to come out with merchandise that will send a really good positive message of peace, and against any type of Asian hate, and really just hate in general. And really, it's more about symbols of peace and love that we want to put on merchandise in terms of shirts, hats. Those are what we're going to focus on right now. I'm working with a wonderful artist named Victoria Seward. She is Chinese American, and she's very talented. And I hope when we get them out, we're getting them out very soon. We're going to donate we're going to donate proceeds from our sales to this AAPI community fund, which looks like it's an umbrella organization that supports a bunch of these groups that are going to be funded through this fund. So thank you everybody who's already donated. If you don't want to buy the merch, obviously we would love for you to help support our platform and our cause for wanting to contribute to this. But if you want to directly donate to this GoFundMe, we'll also have that in the link. As you can see, more than 5.8 million has already been donated. So thank you to all of your generosity and your commitment to making sure that, we stop Asian hate and we start loving Asian people and keep loving Asian people. So
Yeah.
we will we'll put that in the description, as we said. And then Tori, do you have any closing thoughts before we
Yeah, just again, thank you to everybody that was in that PSA. Like it served its purpose with me. So it moved me to take more action, be more aware. It's hard to not look at the news. Like I know some people are like, I don't want to watch the news, it's depressing. Well, you kind of have to. Like,
I mean, especially if someone is a part of the news, they don't want to look at the news until it affects them.
right, right. We need to start opening our eyes and taking action. And, that fund is a great way to do it. Even if it's a couple bucks, like it's something. You are contributing to something that's bigger than all of us. So again, thank you to everybody in that video. Thank you for everybody that's going to watch this. Please like and share that PSA.
Yes, and of course, when our merch comes out, which hopefully is very soon, please support it. It's our way of contributing. So you can wear a hat, wear a shirt and I believe on the back it'll say "Stop Asian Hate." We're still finalizing the designs, but they're meant to be just a beacon to show other people, hey, these are symbols of love and peace and prosperity that we believe in, that remind us of our Asian roots, and we want for you to also love.
Absolutely. And just real quick, forgot to just give a shout out to my boo Easy. Thank you, Easy.
Yes, Easy Mill, thank you very much, bro, for taking the time to be a part of this video. Having your talent put on here
It
definitely
reaches
cements.
a different generation.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's the generation that's going to change the world.
Let's hope so. Let's hope that we don't need these types of videos and PSAs to remind us that what's going on is not okay. And I know that this is, fairly targeted towards Filipinos and Filipino Americans. This is happening to all ethnicities and races out there. So even though we're shining a light on this for this specific purpose, we want to make sure everybody knows that it's not okay for anyone to do this to anybody based on their race or ethnicity. We're all together in this. We're all trying to make it through life positively, live life positively, and set a good example for others. Because I know if someone I admire isn't doing that, I'm not doing that either. So be that example. Be a constellation, damn it.
Somebody's
As
always
Easy Mill would say, be a
that's
constellation.
That's my boo. Straight to the heart.
That was pretty heavy. I'm not gonna lie. That brought up a whole lot of emotions and stuff inside me.
For sure.
Just making sure that everyone I know is safe, and that everyone out there is taking care of themselves. So continue to do so. Do what we need to do to stay safe.
Yes, stay safe, stay healthy.
Be loving. Yeah, stay healthy too.
Just love the crap out of everybody.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't all the time, but I don't not love everybody.
That's true. Me neither.
I'm just
try and love everybody. I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover.
I'm just not a hugger.
See, I'm a hugger.
You are a hugger.
I am. I like the embrace. I like the connection that I get when I'm.
You know what I get?
That just sounds awkward. I know that just sounds awkward. I'm like, I love the feeling of being able to hug someone.
All my friends are like such huggers, except for your wife, and that's why we're kindred spirits.
All right, well, she does hug me, so that's good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I hope so, but she hugs me. She does. I got in the cool group.
I think so. So everybody who's been watching this far, thank you guys so much. Videos coming. We have quite a few coming. We have our next batch of recordings starting sometime in the next week or so. But we do have 4 videos that are coming out within the next week from various artists. Obviously, we have an Easy Mill coming. We have another Raining Sorrow. We have a Budakel joint that's dropping. We also have KZ Tandingan. So I know that everyone's been requesting a whole bunch of things. Please continue to do so. Please continue to like and comment and share with others. And we completely appreciate all the love and support you've given us. We've thankfully made it to the level where we can be accepted as a YouTube partner. And I can't even wrap my head around that, but it's thanks to all of you who've been watching the videos and supporting us from the beginning. So please continue to do so. Thank you for watching this. This is something that means a whole lot to us. Obviously, we say hashtag Stop Asian Hate in quite a few of our videos, and let's just continue to do so. Continue to love Asian people, continue to love yourselves, and take care of each other. Be good. I'll see you soon, Tor.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.